Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa making lunch again. Now today, this is actually requested by my mother-in-law. This one. I told her I'm going to make some, this is called 面线. How do you call 面线 in English? It's actually one kind of rice noodle, but already dried, okay? A dried rice noodle. And usually it is actually salted. Usually it's salted, okay? So you just be careful when you are cooking this. Don't over salted your broth, okay? So I'm going to make use of the 面线 to make yellow wine ginger 面线, okay? Yellow wine ginger 面线. So yellow wine, I have some homemade yellow wine. Given by my friend. If you don't have the homemade yellow wine, you can actually make use of 花雕酒 or the 绍兴酒, which is the same thing. They are also both yellow wine. Okay, I have one good bowl of yellow wine here. And then just to give the dish a little bit more flavor, I have a bit of maybe 50 grams of minced pork, marinated with a bit of light soya sauce, salt, and 绍兴 wine, and a little bit of cornstarch. Just a little bit. Alright, marinate for 5 to 10 minutes. I have few fried egg here, 3 fried egg. I'm cooking for 3 adults. And also julienne ginger, meaning ginger which is cut into thin slices. So this dish is going to be a soup, a noodle soup, full with yellow wine, ginger, and also sesame oil flavor. Okay, I have added some vegetable oil, probably 2 to 3 tablespoons for us to fry our ginger slices. We actually need to fry the ginger until it is actually crispy. So it will take a couple of minutes, and it will be very helpful if you can slice your ginger as thinly as possible. That can actually shorten your pan fry process. Okay, so you're going to see this for the next few minutes, but of course we will come back shortly, after about maybe let me see, possibly 3 minutes or so. Okay, all right, don't use too high heat, use medium heat. Once you see about 50% of it already becoming crispy, this is the time where you can add in the marinated minced pork. Let me double check your angle. Okay. Right. Once the minced pork is separated, this is the time where we can actually add in the yellow wine. 1 bowl. Some water. I'm telling you, this is going to be very flavorful. Don't forget, we still have sesame oil. I did not display my sesame oil just now, initially. Don't put sesame oil too early, because if you fry your sesame oil for too long, it can become bitter. Let's bring this to a boil, after which we will continue. Alright, it is just boiling. Okay, now we can actually season this. You don't want to make it too salty, as I want to remind you, the 面线 itself is actually salted. I'm not sure if you can find unsalted 面线 around the market. Anyway, just a little bit of salt. A bit of sugar. Give it a bit of light soy sauce. I will add the white pepper towards the end. It is now very, very fragrant because of the yellow wine smell and the ginger. Notice just now I put a little bit more oil just now because that oil is going to become the ginger oil. And then the oil is going to flavor this as well. Always remember, Chinese cooking is all about using different kinds of ingredients to flavor the dish. And this include oil. So if you use the proper right oil, then you will flavor it. So initially, the oil I use is a normal vegetable oil, but because I use it to fry the ginger, it now becomes a ginger flavored oil. Okay, so that's how Chinese use oil to flavor and season the dish. Okay, now this is actually the time where we can add in the 面线. Very fragrant. I'm putting in 4 pieces here. Don't forget we still have our fried eggs, which will be very, very flavorful. It shouldn't take very long before your 面线 started to be softened and cooked. You're seeing more broth here because this is supposed to be a soup dish, okay? And actually the 面线 I'm using today is the first time I'm seeing quite thick, very thick. The previous version I used to eat is very thin. This is the thicker version. Okay, I think I will probably take about a minute or two at least to cook the 面线. We will come back shortly. Wow, this thicker version of the 面线 took me at least 5 minutes to start feeling it becomes softened. I don't like it. I prefer the thinner one, which will be very fast. How do you? This is the first time I'm using this. How do you ascertain? Just put some into your mouth, then you know whether it's edible or not. Okay, so this is almost done, and now my broth here is already thickened up even without me adding any starch because the starch is coming up, releasing from the noodle itself, which is also sweet in nature. Okay, so this is how Chinese will always like to combine different flavors together to sweeten the dish. Okay, now we can, don't forget, we still have our fried egg. My fried egg is not very pretty today. My apologies, but I promise still it's going to be very tasty. Alright, it's basically done. Took me minimum 5 minutes to cook this 面线. I think the normal 面线 will take less than 2, maybe 3 minutes maximum. This is very thick. And my broth also is getting thickened out, you see. Also already thickened out as well. Okay, done. I just put a few dashes of white pepper on top. It's basically done. Let me dish it out for you. Okay, so this is cooking Appa's 面线, yeah? Yellow wine with ginger 面线. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page, you click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. One thing I noticed about this thicker version of 面线 is it is not very salty. That's the only good thing about it. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.